Hey there guys, Tom here, welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me for this, my review of the brand new Russell Crowe movie that I actually saw in cinemas for the first time in like 6 months, Unhinged. And if you guys haven't been here before, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so you never miss out on my take on all things movies. So, Unhinged is basically a movie starring Russell Crowe and he tries to kill a woman and her child. That's Unhinged. Have you guys seen Unhinged yet? If hopefully your cinemas are open. If you've seen Unhinged, make sure you jump down in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. What did I think about Unhinged? First of all, I will say this. This movie isn't great. But I did enjoy this film. I think it's a dumb, fun movie, and it's a movie that you can go to just to get you back into going to the cinemas. I didn't care whether this movie was the greatest movie in cinematic history or whether it was a complete and utter dumpster fire. I was just happy to be back in the movie theaters. Thank God Australia's movie theaters are open. It's so fucking good. But the movie does have quite a few logic problems throughout it. There are things that happen in the movie. There's a lot of, he's at one point, Russell Crowe is tracking this woman and her son, and, he's using her phone to track her using her and her iPad. Movies struggle with, using technology because you can find someone so easily now that it can take away from some of the suspense or it can create logic problems, and this movie certainly has a lot of those. There are a lot of moments throughout the movie, especially with phone tracking things and just other moments like that where you just think, that doesn't work the way the movie thinks that piece of technology works. And there's other issues in the film too, what I like to call plot-induced stupidity, where characters make dumb decisions just because the plot needs them to make a dumb decision. Or there are scenes with Russell Crowe and he just straight up kills a guy in a diner, and there are people sitting in the diner and they're just sitting there watching this happen, and they call the cops and whatever, but like, if they all jumped on him, the movie would be over. So you see what I'm getting at? There are just these logic problems to me that just, for some reason, and look, I was able for the most part to enjoy the movie because I did find the movie, with all its stupidity and all of its logic problems, I did find the movie overall an enjoyable experience. So I can't complain too hard because in that sense, the movie did do its job. But these little tiny logic problems all add up and they just really started to get to me. So this movie is only like 95 minutes long. And there is a lot of wasted potential throughout the movie. There are things that they could have done to flesh these characters out, flesh this story out, because it is a very, very basic story. Literally, this isn't a spoiler at all. This happens like in the opening act of the movie, right? The reason Russell Crowe is trying to murder this lady and her child is because she honked at him because he didn't move at a red light. That's the kind of movie we're talking about here, folks. This isn't high cinema. This isn't a complex film. It's very, very simple. And I get that if you just want to see a movie like this and just watch, people get killed, that's great. But there's just a lot of wasted potential in the movie where they had several opportunities to go a little bit deeper with the characters and with the story. And here's the one big problem that really annoyed me. Throughout all the little logic problems that I can find with the movie, there were no real plot holes. But the one thing that bothered me the most was there are some really noticeable ADR. And if you don't know what ADR is, it's additional dialogue recording. So you'll see, it'll cut to a shot of back of someone's head, and then the actor will redub that line as they're talking to someone because they needed to change the lines. But it's really obvious. There are scenes where the main character trying to get away from Russell Crowe, she's talking to her son in the car. And it keeps cutting back and forth between his expressions of listening to his mum tell him what they're going to do to escape. And then it quickly cuts back to her, but you're not seeing her mouth move, but you're hearing her say things. It's really, really obvious, and it really takes me out of the movie. So listen, I've gone on about some negative things with the movie. Let's talk about some good things in the movie, because I did find some positives with the film. As I said, I enjoyed the performances. I thought they were serviceable. I thought they did their job. Nothing too amazing. Not Russell Crowe's not going to get nominated for Best Actor this year at the Oscars, but I did think the actors all did their job, and I thought they were serviceable. There was no really bad performance in the movie. Russell Crowe, for the most part, just grunts but, you know, it's Russell Crowe. I actually think the movie did a pretty good job with building tension and building suspense. Like, there were moments that I started to get a little stressed out throughout the movie. But I think the biggest success of this movie was all the car chase stuff. There's a lot of car chasing in the movie. There are a lot of car stunts in the movie. There are a lot of trucks flipping over and big car crashes and big pile-ups on intersections as, you know, she's trying to get away and Russell Crowe's chasing her in his pickup truck behind her. So there are a lot of crazy moments like that with cars and trucks in this film. And I thought that was done like great. I really enjoyed those sequences. And again, it speaks to what they were able to do. I feel like this budget was bigger than maybe you'd think it is. But but look, at the end of the day, did this movie do its job? It did its job. It's a fun little movie, but I'm not going to say, you know, go and run out and see it immediately. But I was just so happy to finally be going back to the movie theaters to see a movie, a brand new release movie for the first time in about 6 months. I was so happy for that. You have no idea. And I really hope everyone watching this in any country you're in, I really hope you guys all get to go back to the movie theaters sooner rather than later. All I can say is bring on Tenet, because I think that's the next movie up at the end of August. So bring on Tenet. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you haven't been here already and you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. My name is Tom, and I will see you guys next time.